間違えた。面が見えないか、これ。来た。で、ここ行く意味はあんまなくて、なんか空き容器の袋は、どこからもらえるんだ。こう、専門してんだっけ。取ったら消えるってこと。この人には話を聞いたことになってる。これだ。
You see a set of tire tracks in a brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away.
ちょっと。分かったことにしよう。スキルチェック。クリアしときたい。まずブルー。
Hello, sir. So, are you interested in a new and extensive bookstore?
ジョーちゃん、なんか
Postcards? Easy.
Yeah.
Don't be a fool. As an expert, it's your duty to tell what you know to everyone.
もう決めたんだ。
Are you okay? You've been standing here silently. Okay, sir. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside, minding the reg. Feel free to step in and I'm signaling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that. And the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
どうしよう。お
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation
犯
began.
罪について見たがるやつ。なるほど。
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guy. You don't look much like a
関連
policeman.
しないか探せ彼女なんだ。うん。それなら見た目。これやったらなんか終わりそう。
Didn't mean to offend, sir.
気分が
Sorry,
ただ
sir.
言ってみるっていう気分全然違うから。ディスパージンの捜査官が描かれている。険しい顔して女性の下を見下ろしている。参ったな、俺は
Don't say that.
こんなこと
He's
です
not
彼は
even real. You're real.
ああ、俺は実在するって生き損ないしさ。架空のことに無するかって深すぎる。見せるか。
Cheer up, sir. No need to compare yourself to
彼
a
女を見る
fictional
迷惑
character.
人気だし、自分の架空に
Maybe you can show me some real deductive police
体力。
work, sir. Like in the books.
体力を回復しないといけないか。よし。
You felt she waits intently.
いや、
It's okay.
僕くらい。これ何死ぬ
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with
まだ
sentences.
思考できている。
That's a step up from total
これは
annihilation.
人生と何を言った。え
Fuck me. Please leave the radio.
Nothing you can say. Cop gives up. The detective's on.
俺なんかすぐ死ぬんですけど、どうすればいいのこれ。なんかあんのかな。手袋ってもらってなかったっけ。この子らまだもらってないのか。これ内面かって。毒なき医師。ここキャビネット何なんだろう。すぐ体力なくなってきた。死んじゃう。
Hello again, officer. How are me?
She hides it well, but behind
Is there?
the quickness of the reply.
I'm working. I have a greenhouse in the well. As you already
Don't worry, miss.
Source. Ammonium source.
Me?
She hides it well, but behind the
I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Since the street signs messed up, no problem.
she's very well.
なんか人いる。ここにも人いるやん。
Welcome.
レバーショールにようこそ。あ、ちょっと。あ、ゆらぎ。なぜ俺の夢
Don't you welcome
何か
to
了解
heaven
した
for
んだ。
me.
君
My
こ
grandfather
の
came
祖父
here
は
from the
3000年以上
3,000 year old racist isolationist
ブリティッシュ
culture.
に文化を
While
見
your
抜いた。それに
ancestors
比べて
came to
君の
this
先祖は
island
無人や
near
せいぜい300
300 years,
年
every school of thought and government has
政
failed
府を
in
失
the
敗して
sea.
きたけど、そ
But
れ
I
は
love
私
it
の好きなの。
nonetheless.
この住人だ。
It belongs to me.
そうだ。
It's
彼
my
は
nature
あな
to
たに
keep
最新
partial
という気になる
dividing,
人間
making
の
it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this.
What he means is fixation on the Roshonian nation makes it harder for Roshel to actually attain self-determination.
絡んでくるな。彼はレバーシュール人でかっこよく持ってるだけだ。
Oh, come on,
勘弁
man.
してきれいレバーシュール人を使ってしないと
I know
そういう意
exactly
味で
what
分
you
かってい
meant.
る。
You think my kind doesn't belong here. That I should, but you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job.
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your
相棒
moment
が多
to
いし、
shine.
でお前が来てなくて来たぞ。あ、互いに見くだったな、と。
Whatever you say.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his
ここから
breath
中の
of
が
high
そして
tar
吐息が
content
タールの
cigarettes,
ター
probably
ル分
Astro
高いタバコ
whites.
に後ろがストラホワイツだ。
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock the strike. Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month,
こいつ
2
は
months maybe.
こいつなんだ。
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had
こ
something.
こだと。
Yeah,
そうだ、こ
apples.
こだ。他に質問があ
I
った。
take it you had other questions?
うん
It's about, but not the most popular topic nowadays with the
やはり話
coalition
題が
in
信
charge.
号権利に切ってしまう。
You might want to change the topic. That is
だ。
burying your head under the sand like people who studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously. So lately, we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. This concerns you,
あんたに関
policeman,
係
so
な
you
い。
better be vigilant.
た方がいい。
The
最
damn
近、
kids are
思考
showing
の
up
方が
good
優
lately.
勢だって
Same with the rest of
個人的族
and the other intruder species too.
Cultural victory.
だって
What is
一人
this
考え
then?
た。何も言わない。
It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new subrace with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Go right ahead.
Lieutenant Kisser, not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet, he thinks, wriggled out of it.
大ハブピリって愛が3つ、父に独特だ。あ、他にある。
We have a right to work.
一体何が起きている？みんな皆さん今日しか見る。
You here to fuck with us?
俺たち企業機関が精密な労働者に出すぎよっていいのか。いや。ならいい。俺たちはつまり真のために戦っているんじゃない。僕は消えてない。
Besides, we're not
俺たちは我々と似た労働者とあなたに警察と破りが起こって出したところに止められてないか。
shows authorities are on our side.
権力を手につけてると火につけて一生を作ってるんだ。これを置いといてあなたに聞きたい
Maybe you
こと
should
がある。
ask them
つけてあいつは誰だ。
like we have family.
So do we, Scott.
Honest men and women
別の男
with
女は
rights
働きに
work
に対して
be useful, not toys for corporate. We came here to help the Harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If Union and Fox don't want work,
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
you think they follow because I'm big and loud? No, they follow the
こいつ
rules
は
of
指
the
導の
market,
非っての
the
経済の
rules
人
of
が
the economy, because they were given a job to do.
これを探す。手が保管されている。あ、お金。会社。
A Stars Riker, one of the finest ships made motor carriages ever, and
運
only
転手の中
what
で
a
最高
goalie.
誰が運転してるんだ。グラード以外であまり乗られてないが、どうやらルイソールにしてる運転してるものがいるんだ。
Stash Raiko
ラッシュ
KK2.
ライコ KK2 だね。クラシックなも
Never
の
thought I'd see another one repainted
Change
after
the
what
color.
happened last time.
で、キム、いいところ見せられ。演歌を着ようとしている。いや、知ってる。この内輪の主は一般的にベイビーブルーの操作か、それ、古代ジームスク王、ジームスク大王の色だということぐらいだ。彼のかけ
For the
方は、
colors of the Stars Riker.
ザファーブルートの国旗は広く知れ渡っている。スタッシュライコにはその国旗と同じる。お
That's,
と
well,
だね
yes,
あ、そんな
exactly.
感じだ。
More or
実
less.
際には、
Except
敵
it
を
was
さ
a
ん人じゃな
crowd
くて
that
群衆だった。
tore him out of the vehicle
彼らは
and
警
ran
察
him
の
over with his
男を
own
組み削
tires.
らして
They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The James community protested the
ジーム
trial,
スクコミュニティ
flying
に最後の
colors.
国旗を掲げたキムが首を組んで5000人もの人が
Correction. 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Rivershore.
People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that.
に
I try to avoid drawing far conclusions like this before actually examining the body. But my initial guess is the two are unrelated. Yes, detective? You sure you're not James?
お、なんか経験値ゲットした。
Yes, you're
ショー
sure
に決ま
you're
っている。
not.
たとえそうとしても
Or
リガ
if
シ
you
ョールが
are,
ベースになっている
it's
ジーム
only
ス
in
の
that
様子が最後です
Rivershorian way.
これは
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if
Who's that
it's being
Darida?
raised. A silver plaque on the
Zone
statue's
guidance.
pedestal reads, I
フィリ
am
ピ
Philip
ン、スタンナ、
III,
浪費家、フ
the
ィリピン朝で
Swanderer,
夫になる
the
男。
greatest of the Philip. As you look up, you
お前
notice
が
something
王
about
の
the
やつに
statue.
火をね。
There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
あ、これで
Even by the standards of the Philippian king. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of his own maladministration. For stories have it that he had his bedroom converted
金
into
質
a
を保護
treasure
する。こ
chamber.
こに金貨、
Where
金
he
銀と
stored
偽造、
unfathomable
さまざまな世界などを見る。
Kruger, he called it the
その
Song
姿を書いた、いや、
Hour.
それオーラム
It
と
was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of
顔
gold
にね、
and
ベッドなん
feathers,
かこういったドラゴンに金に溶かした羽毛の上についてたら
instead of
し
a
い。
bed like a normal person.
おい、本当か
But
信
wait,
じられない。
you
待
haven't
て、
even
大
heard
さな
about
くて
his
彼の
famed
ハーブチェック
cocaine
まで。
addiction. You see, old Philippe
テレビで
wasn't
相
just
談
good
や
at
非常
squandering
に
the
参加しな
national
きゃいけないキ
treasury
ャンディーをください、
on
キャンデ
gold
ィ
and
ー。
ceremonial weaponry. He was
なる
also
ほど、キャンディーとなんだ
cocaine.
ハーブだ。キャンディー一族ってか、デブドンジャンキーだった。
That's what the
150 年
revolutionaries
後の革命家と同じことを言った。
150 years
豪
later.
華の霊廟を
Right
腐り
before
尽く
they
し、
entered
陛下の
that
ご遺体を
royal
インスリン
mausoleum
では
and
投げ捨て
dumped
ろっていう
His
のが出て
Majesty's
た。
mortal remains.
情
His
報が
Majesty's
変
courtiers
身の
said
話
they
だ。
helped
低
him
身の
connect
話
with
だ。
the
それを使って
higher
高次元
realms.
につながることができたという。
Beneath the Cold War, the original
こ
was
れは
blown
共産
apart
革
by
命者によって
communists
吹
that
き飛ばされ
further
た。そし
damaged
て、
during the
新
landing
世紀
of
革
the
命の際、
coalition's
連合の
airships.
空敵艇による上陸戦でさらなる損害を受けた。
When
マルティネーズ
Martinez
は
was leveled,
隠して破壊され
most
た。
historians think the
軍を誤
coalition's
って
hasty
連
landing
合軍
may
が
have
誤った上
ultimately
陸作戦
saved
は
the
最終
statue.
的にゾーンを
If
救ったと考
communards
える
had
歴史
more
が少
time,
なくな
they
い。
would have reduced it
共
up
産
to
革命者
even
に好きにさせたらさらに
5
溶かし
pieces.
ては。
Some years ago,
数
a
年
group
前、
of
芸術権とリベラルな
liberal
集団は
artistically
主に
inclined
デザイナーたちが
individuals
レバショーの他にモンスター
thought it
ロゴ
would
非
be
的な当事者の
ironic
像を
to restore the
最
statue
近
of the
民が
most
熟して
wasteful
シャレを用い
ruler
たの
of
だ。
Russia. The statue is supposed to
決
capture
心
the
の時を
moment
切り取った場に
burn
像は
hot,
爆破され
like
る
an
瞬間を
instant
捉えているら
frozen
し
in
い。
time. A rare butterfly trapped in
運
amber,
用の海に浮かぶ
floating
琥珀
on
に
a
閉じ
sea
かれた
of shit.
くだらんアイデアだ。
People in
マルティネー
Martinez
ズの
tend
ニュアンスを
to
持ってい
agree
る。若い人気を出している些細な、天才な社会意識を持った著名な芸
with
術
more
評論家や
nuanced
書籍と
social
しての
aware.
応用だ。
Those
し
critics
か
might
し評
have
論
it
家は間
wrong
違ってい
though.
るかもしれない。
There's
これは
more
皮
to
肉
it
という
than
言葉だ
just
けでくくりない、
irism.
くくり
But
きれ
you
ない何
can't
かだ。こ
say what
の芸
precisely.
術ミステリーいずれ
Perhaps this
解
art
決させれるだろ
mystery
うが。
Philip III,
スキ
the
ルポイント。
squanderer, however, with his
し
bronze
かしな
face
がら
out
空を
of
見
the
上げる
air,
浪費家はフィリ
doesn't
ピン
seem
三世の人
concerned
はそれなら
about what
今
the
更仮
hoi
想科学
polloi
院と思い
think
す
of
るにして
him.
ないようだ。
Not that he ever did in life either.
ゴミ、どういうものだ。
Something with
莫大
great
なエネルギー
kinetic
を持った何か
energy
が胸を
seems
出
to have impacted the cuirass.
You don't know.
Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
なあ、
Okay, I
保険
can
がそういうんで
see.
す。
Well,
マルティネーズ
Martinez
は
is
今度は
riddled
次に
with
そこまで激しい
loopholes.
検討を来
This
た。
place saw a lot of
しかし、
action
この像は
during the
学習したば
revolution.
っかりだ。だから単な
But
る
the
話かもしれん。
statue
射撃
is
訓練、政治
presenting
戦
a
っていうん
lady,
だ。
so maybe a joke?
ふむ、
Why not?
どうかもな。
What it
金の
shows
出
us
し
is
て、これ
girls
自由は
aren't
珍し
too
くないというもの
uncommon here.
あ、
And
し
people
か
still
し、
shoot
あ、
them,
そして、
sometimes at kings.
人々は字を継ぐのだ。時に王に向かって彼は手帳に目を取る。
The king stands high above you.
終わりか。ブラック、ヒューマノックスと書かれている。なんかある。黒いタンクトップ。足掛けと。
The small,
レイ
wrinkled
ル
woman
ドライバ
does
ー。
not greet you.
バレシダ
She
君があな
nods
たに
along to something
こ
on
のプレゼン
her
ト
radio. A photograph, a photo, an ambrotype
出
from
版
the
社
turn
政
of
権
the
の才能が
century, as golden as her smile.
で、
No response wherever this woman is. You're
もう、よいしょ。やばい、マグネシウム。これがゼロになったら負けってことか。
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelf.
What's that magazine she's reading?
リって言ってな
I
んだ
don't know. Frit?
なんで T が
I
見てた
think they think that the extra T makes it
The story goes that normal flip
You mean this? This is Pop
スタ
Stars.
ー。
looks like it also has something called Police Stellar Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
え、これっていう
She
のか。
pops her raspberry, her shoulders tense. She shuffles back. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apology.
You mean this? This is Pop Stars.
Looks like it also
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny.
え
They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
これどっちも地雷じゃん。で、今、一番、真ん中がジャンプだ。
No.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
話を進めよう。
Okay.
本当
I'm
は
not
誰
really
とも
supposed to be
接
chatting to anyone. I
え、
don't really
先
know
生、いや、そこ
anything.
にあることは知っても、
I
一
know
緒
it's
だけじゃない。
there, but I haven't seen it, so
あれはいつ
I
から
don't know
10分
really.
前から、
No need
そ
to
れも
worry.
知らねえじゃん。
It's just standard procedure for us to.
Okay. I don't know really. Not really.
の奥にやってあんだ。
No. I didn't know him at all.
うん
Uh-huh.
何の成果も得られませんでした。なんかスキル上げてた方がいいか。何上げればいいんだ。精神。精神上げといた方がいいのか。精神基本値プラス1。気力ってどうやってあげるんだ。散らばっている。あれ、よし。
Life, I'll be with you.
一旦セーブして、セーブして、セーブ。イメージ経過。
Have you no shame? Whining about
これ機能やった。
these manly men are playing balls. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the.
See? You're munching.
Could the objective of the game be to throw the metal ball?
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is. I hope you pass out from it.
クラゲ野郎。
Goddamn
悲惨。
jellyfish. Men like
Trying to throw something as close to a
これ
predetermined
は伝
point
統
as
的なペ
possible.
タンクのゲーム知らない。
Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're
静かに、
doing.
そいつ、
They're old. You are letting down yourself and the team. Get in the damn game already.
なんだ、何のチームだ。
Does it matter what team? Pick a
どうして
team.
そんな意地悪
Eight
なんだ。
eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
やめとくか。ああ、カモン、私は周りにラグズの裏について何してるか。はい、楽しな彼方を好かんで、地元
I
の
like
人
most of the yokers. In Martinez. The unit top is a pajama.
He doesn't know about the crime.
た聞くが
If
ない
I
じゃない
knew.
から。
'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing.
感情、フィリピン3世
Ah,
全部。あ、
yes.
あゆのとがヒップ
King
させるか。
believes it held.
そうです。話もりついたやつね。
At the mercy of a cocaine snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold. A superpower, feared and respected.
アール。
Oh,
あ
old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. cocaine. You can't
お前
even
自
take
分の人生
the
に責任を持てるのに、統治者に責任を任せているんだ。
That's why
なんかフィリピン朝の王たちがハーブを使用しながら仕事に役立つこなく増しているとエビナム、エリバナム、デバショールの最盛期だ。そこに対するフレームばっかりの誇りで、彼の背は高くなって見える。
Of course,
なるほど、視野少なき、くもなくございます。入手、フィリピン3世の彼女にはハーブがかかっている。宮廷が文明中に離れるともしたら、それはフィリピン最高10ならハーブを使っています。
He's just
Wonder how.
making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
これにするか。
Please, officer.
チェイさん、
Don't encourage him.
施設どうすんだよ。
Do
彼は素
serve
早
the
く
cocaine
ハーブ
fairy
とき出して
tales.
ましたから、乱視戦略みたい。
yes, indeed.
その通り、乱視系な
We're
の
not
か。
here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Right.
あ、ロージャンス。特に何もなしと。じゃあ入りますか。でもその前になんか、裏で経験値の方がいいのか。話したっけ？
Hello, sir. Start right. Are you
Konnichiwa.
interested in a new? It's a bookstore.
Books? Postcards? Easy. Even a kid would know all of this.
Yes.
Hi.
That's exactly it.
え
You got it,
Board game,
sir.
yeah.
What about board games?
さ。遊ぶのは好きだ。人の頃持って遊ぶのはな。
Okay, sir. This was all very enlightened. Okay, sir. I'll
Sorry,
try to
sorry.
answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
君の名
My
前
name
は
is Annette, sir. Feel free to step in. I'm signaling that the store is open. Otherwise, thank you,
Sorry.
sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
特になんもないか。なんかでもなんか昨日、買いたくなったみたいなやつ。
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both.
There's stress and unease
これ
behind.
うまく
Mum
いって
says
る
it's
のか？
peachy. She was a little afraid at first.
あの
There's talk about this house
あの
being
噂によるこの
cursed.
家は呪われてるにす呪われてる
Cursed in the
うま
way
く
that makes them
こういう
say
成
that
功して
no
いる人もない
business
と
has
いうほ
ever
ど
really
です。どうで
thrived
しょう
here, sir. That they all go,
彼女は優しいことを探している。何も言わない。
well, they run out of money and have to stop doing business.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case. But I...
Yes!
あった。
Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
It does not
あれでこんなに存
manifest
在しないから。
itself in any way. It does not
しかし
exist.
な、キム、心
I
霊
had
体
it
とか
better
ある
when
だ
we
ろ
were
う。
talking about whether it's no such thing.
問題しない。
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Nothing really,
いいね
sir.。
奥の部屋
Mum
でし
doesn't
かし
allow me to
奥の部
sneak
屋で
around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't
Discuss
really
to
know
them.
what's there. Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
うん。これ何だっけ、看板か。そこに少女がいる。彼女はトイレをこぼしたのか。
Hey! Okay, Peter.
これ何何これ。
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
なんかある。これどうやって取るんだこの辺。 登んないといけないか。ハーブってそのハーブなのかな。
There must be another way into the building.
話しかけられないかな。
You see a young man.
Not looking for any trouble.
It's the voice of someone who has something to
別になんかして
hide.
ない。ここに何か聞きたいだけだ。悪くない。
Don't
話
let
して。
him go.
こいつを逃がすな。
This
だが、
could be
ど
your
うしたんだ。
witness.
話聞きたい。
The balcony,
Is it really that important?
like a nervous cat. He keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick.
名前こそ
Once I
教え
finish
て。
the cigarette, I have to run.
名
My
前知って
name?
ね。あれだ
That's definitely
No, of course not.
そうだよ。
Could you please lower
声
your
を。い
voice?
や、やだな。当然だよ。頼むから声をされてないか。
I'd even go so
そ
far
う
as
そう
to
ね。
say
おまわ
that
り
the
さん、
view
悪
is
気
a
すぎ
little
てこっち
too
さ、あの
good,
した
my
いって
dear
どうしたいんだよ。
We'll remove the body.
Oh,
ああ。
Wait, is someone else
Warte,
investigating the lynching?
操作しているのか。そうなのか。
no, not you two.
いや、あなたたち
Someone
じゃしてい
muscular
ない。
type.
And when did you
Interesting,
speak to this more muscular?
Last week?
先週だったか
I
な
don't
わかんない
know.
よ。だって、青年は再び中身見ます。アニアに照らすようにフリーズ。
He's an actor.
あれで独
Playing
特の
a
時にフリーズ役者です。
See how you handle
No.
every word.
あなた様はこの若者に発する言葉を一言一句、一言一句か、引きの漏らすまいとしておいでだ。
You didn't answer
質
the
問の答えはや
question.
ってません。先週の日は何をされてますか。ああ、
I had a friend
家に
over.
手みくをすく、家に友達呼んだよ。
It was my Sunday
サンデ
friend.
ーフレンドだよ。
He doesn't reply. Just
No,
そう、特になんもないな。
we won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
低い。あ、立ち去
Good
る。
luck with the investigation.
あ、ポイ捨てすんな。
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often happen. He could be a witness. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Once we...
オートセーブ。あ、なんかある。
a stone
それ
like any
で
other,
濡れた
lying in a world of
それが
sleep
昨日の
and
ドアの上
mud.
に何のヒントに
Maybe there's something under it.
裏返す。
There's a key beneath it,
経
rusty
験値ある
from the
入ってた。
dirt.
あ、集合自宅の鍵。
This must be for the front
と
door.
正面入り口の鍵だ。
Pity
部
doesn't
屋番号
have
分
to
かれてい
bother
ないんだ
number.
ね。ここまずい。
This building
あ、
has
ここは
hundreds.
随分と部屋数が多い。
We'll just have to go in and see.
OK。どっから入るんだこれ。こっちあ、入れた。なんか進んでるな。いや古い癖、ブーツ、スニーカー、フリーサンダー。ふむ、サイズの違う靴が3足。12号室、中に人がいる。入れる。これ、なんかやっぱら。フィニッシュ。あし、うん、はい。うわ、本物の苔だ。え、なんでこれ黄色だったんだ。タワーカーテン一人に追われている。汚ねえ。バルコニー。で、人がいる。あ、靴。誰かが紙にこ香水を書いている。入れそう。
This door has been closed with a padlock. The chalk drawn number on the boards, no reply.
返事はない。
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply better without those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
道具を手に持っていない。え？どういうことだ？こういうことか。はいはいはい。
This door has been closed with a padlock. What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of...
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut.
おい
Perhaps you should give it another go.
The shackle...
After you,
Oh.
detective.
待って、気力回復したいんですけど。取り返す3。あとなんかある。なんかお金だ。これ大変だこれ。やれない。OK。銃を持った革命家の写真。日本の機械産業に関する論文をね。本物のリトグラフだ。リトグラフって何？
A plaster cast of the
アー
bust
スマドフ
depicts
構
the
造、
middle
一生
aged
的なも
man
みあげを
with
中年になって
impressive
飾ったし、
sideburns.
構造だ。
The
大
name
残
on
念
the
プラスマド
plate
フにな
reads
る。
Krasmazov, known to Gear, was an economist and a
グ
theoretical
ラード側の中
historian.
心地で、
He was a
唯一
leading
政府の差
figure
を
in the
務めた
Grad side
科
of
学
the
的
turn
共
of the
産
century
主義。
revolution, where he headed the Nazi.
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard.
なるほど。気力を回復したいんだけど、どうすりゃいいんだ？
You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops abruptly. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have a...
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
詳細。誰か壁を壊したようだ。あ、さっきのとこだ。
The streets will flow red once
カル族の
more.
信者。
A great torrent rushing down roofs.
The streets will not flow red
街の
within
通り
me.
中山の中行ってき
Who
な
are
さい。
you?
I'm Cindy the fucking
ナッ
Skull.
コに対
What
して
else
信
do
じ
you
る。
want to know?
伝
Date of
統
birth, blood type. And here I
こ
was
っち写
trying
真
to
撮っ
be
ただけであんたの
polite.
上にどう向かい
Just can't
はい
wait.
A brush, an artist. The red splatter is urban expressionism.
アーティストなんか。
That smell coming
別
from her
から
paint
って
bucket.
それので、
It's
こ
not
れ重要
paint.
だ。
Red dyed heavy fuel oil
Oi,
is
oi,
only
oi.
used in government vehicles, or at least that's the idea.
重油。お？何を見ているんだ？
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
女？
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does.
That'll on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an
Ozon,
archipelago,
Ozon.
2 days' travel away from
豪華なレス
Russia.
トランが多く
Its moneyed residents used to posh
金持ちだから
restaurants
住ん
and
でいる。
upscale boutiques, rare
Probably the Wild Pines rep.
ワイルズ
We
フ
should
ァイン
talk
の
to
代
her.
表だろ。あの人に話聞い
She's
て
a
る。
professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative.
なるほどね。
You
パー
should
キング指導で
ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aerial graffiti. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffiti-o? When faced with a blank wall, we rarely see pigs round it. This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up. I thought I'd mix it up. Yeah? Lying is cool.
あ、それしか
I
来る方。なる
guess.
ほどね。
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo. I ain't no snitch, Pigstein.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth. Watch your back, ungulate. You've got.
あ、得意なもうないか。誰かが住んでいる。あ。お金お金。120って無理じゃね？普通に考えたら。入れんの？お、なんだここ。帽子の音で探す。インディーか。食品の匂いがする。フールーム。これなんだ？オッケー。
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
大丈夫か？医者を。いや、お金はない。
Go ahead then. What?
She's the cleaning lady.
彼女は正
She
常に
knows the
買い
floor
元に戻りを
plan
全
and
部
the
作らず。
residence.
あんたは
I know one.
誰でもない
Just
よ。
an old
こ
woman
の
who
廊下を掃除したんだ。
cleanses
わあ
always.
さ。
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger
も
than
う
a
少しあ
closet.
らしないしなさ。
But I don't complain, no.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel right.
Yes, yes.
あ、誰か。
I know who you mean. The scrawny boy.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny about it?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the back.
Ask away, policeman. The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume. No one lives there. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there.
え、じゃあ
Maybe
誰？
it's those
いいだろう。
county Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Something to do with all those stars around his door. The symbol of what?
何の象徴だって？これするか。
I don't believe in equality. Never seen it with the artist. Nothing I can do about her. She leaves an old.
She mumbles some kind.
あ、こっちか、集合室。
You hear someone walking around inside.
Excuse me?
You have plenty of reason to enter.
だったらドア
Oh,
開けて
come
さ。
on.
Well, that
意外
was
と開け
easy.
なかった。
That was smart.
おお。誰？良さそうなアドレスだ。ここからフリースタッフにいただいてしまえ。 これなんだこの下のゲージは何なんだろうな。あ、そういうこと。理解理解。
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates.
Boy, there are a lot of different keys.
Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo. There's a picture of her with...
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely... It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner.
A sudden serious look.
But that was months ago. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, a hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone.
The sum must have been puny.
Don't ask me what happened with the wall. Both apartments are now... Of course.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yes.
Your statements are too...
壁入れないのかな。あ、入れるやん。古い買い物スマークが付けられている。ロザフード。あね。お？これ繋がってるね。
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an
I keep my arm in his hand.
He doesn't actually reach for his gun. The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Meza. Even today, half a century to symbolize the topic, also some social democracy. The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world. Because white is the color of peace. Nothing at all yet.
これ。張り上げ式。読み落としていた。ここ入れる。あれどうしたんだっけ。入れるか入れないか。でバルコニー出てベーカーボックス。あねえ。これはお、何見てんねん。はい。では誰かが刺しているな。サドにうわああ水を追ったりしてるか誰か住んでるか住んだりを伝えぬようだ。30号室のドアタンスにつけてこれってここはどうやって行くんだ。 進めない？これ以上進めないな。こっちだ。
This door is made of metal and appears to be number 28. This is where the key.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one
It
answered.
looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 tomorrow, 9 p.m.?
Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Remember.
わかる。じゃあ、これでなんだこれ。あ、金。ダムあれ、ここに行っていいのか。
Apparent logic error.
He's come to take me out! Trying to snuff me out! Then why you sneak? Trying to sneak up on me?
あ、そうか。ああ。
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
17%。なんか話聞けるんだっけ？
A striking woman leans against the hand top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
ジョイス・エル・ミシエ。
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
Relax. She meant it in jest.
ジョイス・エル。エルは何の略なんだ？
My maiden name.
レイトン。アク
I'm
ションだ
glad to see you here.
Like steel.
あれでこうし、
There's strength there.
こう
If she
お
wanted,
前に
she
風
could
の
sink her
口に
nails
作って
deep.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the...
That is good to hear,
あっ
madam.
ともね、答
My
えして、
colleague
君が
will take the lead
今回
in
君は
this
私の
interview.
同僚の指導するために
I should let you know that he is recovering from
甘いをずらっていることを申し上げてます
medical
簡単になるので
Very
記念中です
There's a trace of
あとね、
irony
皮肉がこも
in
った
his
ものを
voice.
しゃるしかし、いたずらっぽさが感じられる。さて、駆け引きの仕掛けようという魂
It
胆
happens quicker than a shooting
流れ
star.
星の方に
But
は
did
と
the
ても
lieutenant
出来
just
事だっ
wink
た。
at
だ
you?
が、桜木警部補のやつ、今お前に向かってウィンクしなかったか？ウィンクした？あね
How
興
interesting.
味深いお話ね。こんな
I
同
wish
じ
you
こ
a
となく
swift
あなたの気にな
recovery.
るし。
In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation and the full cooperation of the Wild
あな
Pines
たはボー
group.
トに、あんたはボートに行っているの？
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely.
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing.
当然
See those there, and that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Rosholan Indo
ロイヤル
tribes,
ファインズは
companies
勝利
awarded royal monopolies by the
国
king.
王総
The
主が
suzerain
選挙を与えた。
himself.
もう何十年
Centuries ago,
も前
the king is long gone, but several of the Indo tribes, Son Baptiste, Eliwen, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star. She nods.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
うーん
First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Elements. That gives me the right to silence.
The octopus that straddles Rivershore. The emergency act is the cornerstone of post-war Revolution, inseparable from the world it created.
Why? By throwing off half a century of foreign domination under the Coalition. Unfortunately for you, the Coalition also leases you the right to police West Revachol.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the... I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynch...
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-metre-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organisation now. Yes, I believe there is a connection, but that's a subject for later. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do...
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he granted the union in prior negotiations.
ゴーモン氏が組合のボスであるクレア氏との話に行き詰まってし
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical...
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
ゴーモンってやつは終わったん
Mr.
だ
Clare told him to... How fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
うん、なるほどな。
Keep
覚
in
えてまし
mind,
た。クレア
this
氏が
is a
前から仕事
negotiator
があって交渉
Mr. Clare has worked with
交渉
before,
人に対して
and who was more than fair with him and the union. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What do they... Every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
なんともコメントしにくい感じだな。
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200... Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just for now. People are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me Manana."
This checks out.
そうは言っていないな。
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick it with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
レイピア。何かすでに刺してやったらそのドロドロの中に。こんなにやばいやつなのか
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
井戸足。
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother. Except for that lazy eye, he also talks exactly like Everard does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into
a mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect...
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines has cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the wolf always hungers. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous foreman of the union.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore.
This Forky, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the union's files. Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul, but the point of the presentation is these kinds of...
Thank you for your concern. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course,
I
we should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57, and this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment.
How curious. Why is that, detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yeah. 1位いっちゃう。
Oh dear.
女はこんな人ももう何らか
Some
して
kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I do believe
研修
you,
の中である
naive
かも
as
し
that
れない
may
けど、私の
sound.
ための話信じる
I
を
simply can't
信じ
imagine
ても
what
ら
you
えた。
gain by fate.
As I said, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an...
Of course, I
Oh.
sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly... The situation is extremely volatile. Of course, detective.
身分証が必要なんだ。何か身分証。そうでもいいのかな。交差点。間違えた。これを。
You see a set of tire tracks in a brown slush that covers the block. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right and then accelerated straight into the driver proceeded to back out of the before heading south.
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to...
You could follow the...
You are correct. This is a rather motor carrier.
ブラックできねえか。 これなんだ。こう紙のやつが何なのか分かってないんだよな。あ、なんかある。違うか。
There are several footprints in mud left by workers, anywhere from 6, maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work. 8. And yet another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration.
How many?
8人だ。
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
同じ人間たちがかなり向かっている。
I never got the hang of it. Hyperoka. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who stepped up?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see? A woman or a kid? Okay.
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
Understood. Anything else? A week, maybe?
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Habasha.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would...
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal, like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? A drummer only uses the right foot for the kick drum. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wire the right shoe before the left. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone... What do you see?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and rhythmic pattern, calm, it's nothing. Someone just left some, glad you asked. Wait.
何なんだったんだ。ここ行けんの？ここは？ピンチの人間から参加している。お金入ってたりして。以上。これなくはない。破壊しないといけないか。
An inconspicuous pile.
Yes?
待って。期間取りたいんですけど。こう書いてある入ったのはあれ、その下にNしっかりと書かれている。
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says "Whirling in rags."
どうしたの見せてる。お前、ただのハイビスレーだ。
Just a trash container. There is. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
どうやって書い
We
てあ
could
る
try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage. Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the whirling in rags.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry
これ
bar
は伝
idea.
説だに。鍵を借りればいいんだね。あれ？だってやつ、触れない。
If the
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno!
私のものだ。
Love it in the dick.
the boy is sweating profusely,
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong.
shit coming up
そう
strong.
が強くな
That
った
sounds good.
いい表現なら
Joyous.
楽しそうで、お
You
前は
should
こ
hang
い
out
つ
with
に
this kid
その
and
ジューシ
see
ーを
what
吸
that
って
juicy shit is all about.
何
I
が
need
出る
drugs.
か、この
The
子が
kid's
ハー
on
ブ
drugs.
to
Yeah, Kuno, right then!
Kuno's riding it, see?
言って誰？
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Alright.
The kid moves his hand.
Shitload pig.
Don't tell the pig!
This is where you quickly ask.
Kuno's fucking. Kuno uses.
He's trying to hide the fact.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You ain't Kuno. Kuno wasn't he? I don't know. Messed up.
There is no Night City anywhere.
Kuno gives this info out on a neat and.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty Kuno!
You're testing.
Get lost!
Kuno's Kuno?
It's always Kuno, never I.
これじゃあ、
Clearly, the
面
kid
白いな。
uses
自分の
the
三
third
人称してた
person
ら、各州の
perspective
人が
as
全
a shield.
部ちるのか。
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Trying to get Kuno.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pixel Kuno! Help! Rape!
ニュースの後半にいるそれは、火災報知器でかなり協力的に見分けている。ある。
Help! He's got the Kuno!
キューの
Everyone can hear.
俺はいいから、それはもう、
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno
す
beats
げえ
it.
な、このガキ。
Right, drag your fat ass out of
Bye! Got bugged by the Kuno. We.
これは疲れるわな。
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. You seem to be holding your breath.
うん。ボールギャザ
A cargo belt twists its neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot.
Activity K.
暗記
It's a
ハイ
bit
だ。
of throw up of his arm.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
There he still is, looking right through.
え、どうすればいいんだ。え、なんでで、次はどこ行けばいいんだ。一旦借りるのか、鍵を。ここから入ってきたっけ。あ、なんか開いてる。
A thin man is smoking
電磁
below
風
an
が下にはその
exhaust
タ
pod,
バコを吸う
occasionally
タ
sipping from. As you step in, he nods to. Okay,
ボラッ
it's
ツェ
definitely
クベック
not
というのだ
his
けど
name.
いいかもう僕
Whatever
入る
you
のも
do,
じゃん書かれて
please
るこ
don't
と
call
整形者み
him
たいな
Garancy Quebec. Please, it's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something. He smiles. It's almost like music,
まあ、でもい
especially
ろんな料
with
理が
sounds of salted dishes boiled.
何だったんだよな会話
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock.
ドアに
It's
触れてみ
painted.
る
The cobalt blue surface fills with old cobalt paint. It leads to a side building. The door does
ビクと
not.
もしない
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could.
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
If you say so,
おお
Gart is the person to ask about this.
じゃあ入れるの
You see a heavy steel door with the door does not.
入れねえやん
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the work.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why.
I thought as much.
Well, yes. Us.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it?
若干冷酷じゃないかお前の中でその感じガルテも冷酷じゃないただの常識な攻撃だ
What do you need?
It concerns the case. Please.
Just bring them
Stop.
back once you're done, please.
それではなんだこれ
What theme? Oh, yes,
Oh,
that
I
door,
don't think
sure.
so.
There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a... No, I don't have a
中に
key.
入る
I
か
don't know
これで
how
も
to
10
get
年間
there.
したくない多分中
They
はフリ
don't
ックの
or
ソー
some
ス
boring storage space with a bunch of old junk.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not.
Fine, okay, a little.
おお
But my job doesn't leave me time. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, after the animals. And I haven't found the keys, so good luck with that. Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or
夜
later.
夜だよね
Men get hungry, even striking men.
There are these things called.
ヒットと呼ばれる概念がそうです
You
お前
see
ヒットヒナで
between
死ぬとる
He's saying they'll come after you
死ぬ
slept.
とった
Just making clear you got.
What?
By the way,
ワーリング
you
一緒
should
に
come
概
back
念
to this thing-based questionnaire.
ああ多分やってみる
The door is closed. Still, the lieutenant gives you a quick glance. This door can only be opened with a 'The window stands broken in its frame, cold with the shards face outward. A fine web of more likely a projectile than a held object. Something it is to the shoe. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. You mean someone this person also, pretty much. But hey, not that it will keep you warm at night. The bed is cold and not but
開けれない力来たんだで後ろ行って
This trash container is locked.
開ける情報やって
Well, or don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
えでも分けるしかないよな、こんな気持ち悪い。え
Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you.
あ、でも開け
The
る。
smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. No, searching for evidence in the trash. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing among the threadbare kitchen towels. Something catches your eye as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage.
The victim's clothes? Cadaver inodor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans.
ギター。
Pockets.
長いジーンズ。
Empty. Or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches a drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of red-knit shirt that's worn for light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste.
Alright, we should go to guard again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
The fuck's you on about, kids? You mean that could...
See? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment.
The lieutenant nods. Then it's just organic waste. What's this?
これはなんだ
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple bills. It's shiny, something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out form.
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM's tree green on it. You even got the emergency form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Eh? テレビできるかな、ここで。ちょっと。あ、できない。これ3オフさなんか終わりそうなんだよな。2かな。
What are you talking about? I don't know either. You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some have fallen into the hands of the RCM, that it would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist only in its social sensibility.
You've acquired an interactive...
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
インベントリー内のクオスさん誰だ。インベントリー内のこれか。
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal
他には
cleaner.
何かある。何か
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning
トイレッ
tissue?
トペーパーか。
No,
オイルパス。
it's toilet paper.
アタック何
Desperate,
か
it's a metaphor. Thank you, waterlogged ledger,
感謝する
for
そういう
spelling it
私の
out
寄
for
付
us.
よくトイレットペーパーを調べる。
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard.
あ
You can take it off if you want.
紙を剥がす。
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila!
クリップをし
An aluminium block runs the width of the board. But the surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. Looks like an official mark. Made to be low visibility, it is similar to the RC watermark on your blazer that Lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to our scene property.
どうするはず
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just.
It depends. Aside from
Maybe yours will have.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden paper.
一旦しまって、じゃあハロゲンランプ。これだ。
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
ブライト
Alright.
でつけんだ。
Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
エンジン
The
始動
dashboard lights up with orange like a leopard. The lights unfold with a little click, casting.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the roof.
よし。
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
ここに来たいのに。で、ここで、さっきのインベントリをインタラク
It's
ト
the
し
legend
て、
found in the trash. A cabbage and aluminium block. The surface looks like it is similar to the.
What? Yes, halogen. Okay.
While a bunch of salt, they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handle. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that
金庫自
exclaims,
体の数を
"Case files, commit to paper."
100秒超
The
え
case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up earmarked work, strife, poverty, the general quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51. This year, it's the middle of March. You
さ
got
あ、
what
資
you
源ちょっと
mean?
触っていいぞ。
Is that all?
現場をそ
The
れなんか
notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of carbon. Yes, it appears your employer, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from, yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Neuron. Another, others appear more light-hearted. The guys on the couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Uka Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can.
Huh? Two complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it. Lest you... Two? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. That's okay. We'll...
Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one. The man with the hole in his head. I pray his loved one. Brave spike through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
でかいやつ。
There is, for precisely one more, 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid once all the tasks are accomplished. The case, sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. The ledger only comes with an old, worn onto the paper with a brush-free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording, inspect the victim's body, interview the cafeteria, is not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, things to be done, and things already.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good to be sorted out.
You don't exactly. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon, then rip them from the binder and hand them out. 3. The topmost are misconduct. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250, but they appear. These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and all in a prints, a dozen pages of thin copy. Yes, all that remains now is the rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for it. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41. Then, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120. Why yes, your precinct number in every last alphanumeric in files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't. It takes about half an hour to piece one together using a system you devised. Weirdly, this one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Coudon. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class." People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literate of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown. The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
13階級あった、13。いや、そいつ。もう激の信じない。
No one cares what you believe in, man with a smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tackle next? Or are we AKA Leslie and Burke, AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in general, know it's unsolvable. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression. You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner. Can you keep yourself off the streets? Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of perdition. And what is Leslie doing? Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. Can't get out of his apartment. An invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one? It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks on her rocking chair with a square hole in. That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. Who knows? Those pages are missing. One day you missed. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were insufferable dicks. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the dams. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they all cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up. And you did. No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you have what is called a real goddamn job. You don't have time to be chasing down the couch assholes. Murder. Tum tum tum. At the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead. Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered the call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in your case files. Stop stalling and get to the murder at the hookah parlor. Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Was doing it solo. Said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister. Was on it for, like, a month. The captain got impatient. Shit or get off the pot. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a couple of weeks more, racking his brains, running with every theory, as outlandish as they seemed. Still couldn't solve the murder at the hookah parlor. Tough case, he said. Toughest he's ever had. No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor, too. The worst jokes you've ever heard. Really rapey. Still, he'd been on it for months now. Said it was the final case. Said it was uncrackable. That murderer vanished into thin air. That goddamn hookah parlor was all he talked about. Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum flavored vapor all day. No, it's soot and water vapor. It doesn't do. Yeah. So anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor of the hookah parlor, in the middle of the day. No one else is in there. Oh, no one enters. No one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah all morning, all noon, like he usually does. He's a regular. No calls, nothing. Just suck. Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin. Movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. Nothing fits. Eerie. Man just dropped dead. So you go to the parlor. You see? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. It turns off your brain's oxygen supply, and you don't notice it until you get up to go to the bathroom. Yeah, he liked his hookah. Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Trying to come up with a movie script, maybe. Anyway, that was Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Joseph Mills wasn't a good detective, and about 30 minutes has passed piecing it together. Next. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sag arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. You don't exactly. It takes about half an hour to beat. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. Something rattles inside, and something small inside. Light, made permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not seethed with your hands. You four-sized pages hang from the clip. The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like the slides snap back into place. it should be possible to just, without resistance or sound, the two panels move again. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Rivershore East. The aquarium thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. It smells of chewing. A touch of cinnamon. The end of summer. You think the label says Toot. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Loot, a young woman in her 20s. There is care. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Throw it away, please. A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Rivershore, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. Frisson covers your entire body, a feeling of cold. Just like that, the wind picks it from your fingers. Cold, they let go. The wax paper, a small piece of paper, dances above Martinez, above slow waves crashing the shore, and above the distant streets and the 881, even above the old fish market and the church. The wind carries the keepsake away from you to the southwest. The pale violet dot. No, you should not have thought back at it. Now some of it is on your... The ledger of oblivion-induced mental health is just as shabby as the damaged ledger was. A bunch of...
The Ledger of Oblivion is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your hand for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
手に持っとけばいいってこと？手に持っときスキルボーナスを獲得できる。
Without resistance or sound, it's slightly. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It can, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called firmly discreet or accent or something. At some, your nose does not understand what it is.
え？これか。スキル上げとくか。百科事典レベルアップさせる。百科事典。暗示しよう。これ思考習得。
Bad news. Guillaume Lemillion did not become a cop. In 38, he went on a tour to the Siniao province in Safre, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite, amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single, Wonderland, skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Rivershore in the 30s, and also as a warning.
血液酸素はつまらない。あらゆる精子の学習条件を一増化した。
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of the street, lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
背面か。 これなんだこれ。この演劇みたいな何なんだろう。プロゲンスカシってどうやって読むんだ。さっきのあれちゃうの。
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage? If you want to earn some change by... It's the letter you found in the trash. An aluminium block bronze. The surface looks like an official. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer, the lieutenant.
What? Yes, out of any capable light with, yes, RCM vehicle.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
It depends.
Maybe yours will have...
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back.
Yes, Harvey Child. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the rail again, I pray his loved ones. Rail spiked through the head. He died.
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what you don't exactly close them. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to... With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip. It's made of something and something permeable, but the plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli. Something and something permeables, but the plastic shimmers like lapis. With your hands, you 4-sized pages without resistance, or the words just cross. Who do you think? It's slightly, ever so slightly, difficult, thin, see-through copy of the rest of the stinkers. It takes about half an hour to bleed. Not much has changed.
Yes. What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want... 3 days ago, the RCM emerged. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. A security guard or worker of some sort. They didn't identify. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's safe. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find good.
What? じゃあ次どうすればいいんだ？
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears.
There she is.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revshol are all recognizable. They shimmer. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. No, it does not.
The rectangular watermark.
Let me see. Right here. It has its problems.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate. The first row has 18 dots.
18の点がある。悪くない。
Not bad for what? The next is the longest. It runs, you count, 216 perforations. Considering that nice large number, the last row, that's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your
alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers. Often.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth? Fair point. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
ああ、100人中10番目に多く事件を回数。つまり俺はスーパー刑事だった。多分最後の数字なんだ。
Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
俺は人殺しな
For
の
an
か。
RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the gem,
ない方だと思うよ。いい意味で
there
ね
are。certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful
俺
for.
は感謝するやと思う。あんたは誰か殺したことあるか。
Yes.
ああ、ある。どうやってそれした
Everyone has their own method. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. All this and that. Let's not get into it now.
もうシーンが
Why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
なるほどね。
If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm
A dark pool of cheap wine appears at your feet. It shimmers in the light of the Kanema.
大いなるとすがる万人のもとを訪れる。だがお前たちのすがらそこにしよう。
very noble of you. Are we done here?
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now.
よし。あ、なんか人がいる。さっきいたっけ。ミール、俺はガンダー、ハンター、デザラー、トラベラー。
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it.
続ける。よう。
Hey there.
何があったんだ？
It's a jam, my man.
渋滞だよ。渋滞？
The air from the east is thick.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Our gates up the street are shut tight. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days. Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees.
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils.
まあ、
This
マズ
man
ーとは
has
周
a
遊
very
を
expressed
表す。こ
performative
の
strength. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Yeah, imagine. So tell me,
1週間。
what do you need? It's like whatever's going on over at the.
Going on strike would
このうち
probably
に高い
help you
かも
dodge
し
it
れないな。
too.
なんだこいつって。いや、何を言って
Some
きて
pretty
る
wild stuff I hear. Like a giant. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. They want to keep that money flowing in, my man.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of
俺は専門外。
expertise.
それは自分の仕事なし。
I just do my job and get paid. Us lorry drivers.
俺は紙オーナーある。トラック運
You
転手
still hang
が
around
何
here
かのこ
waiting
と
for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath the cool exterior.
He ain't one of us drivers.
電車の関
I
係
know
者
that.
知ってる。
All accounted for.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the
正
dark
しく
side.
何をしているんだ
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in
Ask for his conclusion.
a sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Oh, high-grade narcotics.
Relax.
不法な書き。
He's merely joking.
いいね。ずっと裏坂に友達しかんだ。
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Foul runs are nice. They usually get shipped to Grad in the off-seasons. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately. This rockin' beauty
これは、
sure is like a rash you can't get rid of.
あれか。
You would
A motor lorry, also called a
大
camion
輪
on
を回
Caillou
遊
and
金魚
neighboring
しかいる
islands.
のって言われて。
This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of
good eyes, man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
なるほど。
The man taps his fingers.
Don't be a stranger.
どうすればいいんだ。行き詰まったのか。廃墟、誰も住んでいない。
An old monument stands. A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grab-made machine is. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cab. The driver has adorned his face. A large metal pendant hangs from it. It is a seal of raw. The back end of the cabin has a small purchase. A book with ragged edges catches it.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is.
There he is, in front of Fleet.
風が実あれ。
Scab?
スキャブか。
You're hazy under the
これ
notion
は
of
も
a
しかしてスキャ
scab.
ブが何かわからない。だからランタンを正式なもので、もしかして本当に
Maybe
的に電話
it's
した
got
ら朝の
something
み
to
たい
do
な関係
with
です。
Frosty.
It kind of it won't.
見過ぎちゃうただ
What
来て
can't
く
we
れ
do
るそれ
survive?
だけは楽でいいです。
They
だから
come, they want to do our jobs for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Beats me. Someone in it gotta be bloody stupid, freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Personally, I'd rather beg than Scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten some. We could explain the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy was
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money. Speaking of, what brings the RCN here? To the wild north? Can't murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You never see me investigating a murder. Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better get to heart for an honest media man like me. My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range away. I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just...
I walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Stanley supremacist there. Walk right past him. Then press the button to unlock, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Stop. Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. Or you could convert to his semi-supremacist worldview. Or... Maybe it actually is completely impossible. Not yet, no.
こういうやつはいないね。
He's incredibly strong. Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Sure. You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be...
He's a chatty guy.
感じ。こいつは
Wants
最
to
初
talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
誰が組み合うそう。
Yes?
メジャーヘッドってのがボスなのかな。あ、いや、環境。